How is it going today? Well, it's Dwayne.
My name's Jasmine.
We're Dwayne Jazz. Today we have WandaVision episode 7 review. I know.
7, right?
Yes, episode 7. I know we're a little late.
Yeah.
But better late than never. Also, if you guys have any extra requests, please follow us on our social medias in the link in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Where do we start with this episode?
Oh my god. Okay, so this one is like supposed to be like Modern Family. I heard. I never really watched Modern Family, so I didn't really get the references, whatever like that. But this one is like she's in the house and she's just kind of depressed a little bit. Like she's depressed and kind of like losing it. Like she wants to be alone, and like the kids are like trying to talk to her and stuff like that because like things are changing around the house. Like whatever it was, like whatever the item was, it was turning into like generations older versions of it. Like the kids were like something was wrong with their video game because they were playing like like the regular console, and then it turned to like an Atari, then it turned to Uno. Right, regular playing cards. Yeah, like regular playing cards as like the game, and then like even her refrigerator, she had some milk. And then it was almond milk, and then it changed to like the really fatty like milk that they had like way back in the day and stuff like that.
What I found interesting, remember when we was watching, and then they had like a missing kids poster on the milk, and we was like thinking to ourselves like, like what is going on? Like, is that where all the kids are from? Are they? We don't know if they're dead.
That's still my theory.
Right,
that's still my theory that these kids are dead.
And they were like in a cemetery. They were, That was very dark. But you're stacking on your magic, bruh.
I mean, why are you saying that?
I mean, that was dark too. Stacking on your magic. The scenes where Vision and Pietro were dead, like shot up, whatever. I mean, I don't know. We still trying to figure it out. Plus, me and Jazzy having subtitles on. And, and it was like a subtitle, and we were like
where's it? Okay, it was a scene like in the kitchen where she was getting her milk and everything. Because we just had the subtitles on just because we was watching something else. Like it was just coincidence. Yeah. And then it was like complete silence. Like you didn't hear nothing.
I didn't hear anything. I don't know if that was the edit thing that they didn't do, but there was nothing, and there were words.
And then there were words popping up of like a radio like broadcast or whatever like that. And I'm just like, I'm like, where is this coming from?
It was really weird. Go ahead, if you haven't, guys, go ahead, put the subtitles on, and you will see something else pop up. It was really weird.
Yeah, so we were looking at that like, what is that? And then she just wanted to be alone, and she was just basically like depressed about like she's feeling like she's losing it and everything like that. And then of course Agnes comes and she's like trying to help her out and give her some relaxation and basically like take the kids away so that she could relax. And that was the beginning. That was the beginning of something
bad. But before we even go there, let's hop back to Dracy, because Dracy was trapped in the hex, and then Vision met up with Dracy.
Yeah, and it was cool how they did it though, because before she was in there, she was handcuffed to the car so she couldn't move, and then when she got caught in it, when you saw what she turned into, she turned into a circus performer, but it was like an escape artist with like chains and stuff like that. And she was able to like get out of it basically, and like all of the other sword people, they're all acts in a circus, clowns,
strongman, all types of
freak
stuff,
shows, all that stuff. So
Vision touched her head ever so gently, and then awakened her true
real self.
And she was just telling them everything that was happening because he doesn't remember.
Everything that he doesn't know, like him being an Avenger and all this other stuff, what she went through, seeing him die twice, like seeing her brother die, like she's just seeing a lot of deaths, and so like now Vision is kind of like, okay, I get it.
I think I get it now.
He's getting it now, because before he was like, you are losing, like you're crazy. And now,
I don't think this Vision is the same Vision that we saw in previous movies.
What you mean?
Like his personality, he seems more. He seems more human. Seems more human. More like more emotional.
Well, when we saw him in Age of Ultron, he was brand new.
He was
brand new Vision. So he was still like AI mind.
Do you think we're gonna get some throwbacks of like when they were on the run, because they were pretty much in love while they was on the run, because they were running away from the United States because of the Sokovia Accords. Captain America broke them out from the raft. So do you think you're gonna get some throwbacks of them and like maybe kissing or let me stop. But
well, they technically did.
They technically did
on the show.
But you think I definitely think they're gonna have some throwbacks in the next 2 episodes of them, and then maybe like it's like, oh, I love you, and even though I lost my memories, nothing has changed because I loved you, and that's when they're gonna probably fight the villain.
Maybe, because he was sitting there talking to the camera, like, you know, saying like basically how like she suffered all through this trauma and everything like that. And then he was just like, wait, why am I talking to y'all? Let me go get to my wife. So it's like now he's just like, okay, I completely understand why she's upset and why she would want to, if she did make this reality, which I'm pretty sure she didn't, like if she did do it, then it's because of all the stuff that she went through and she's trying to protect it, like protect like her little dream of like having him and having kids and stuff like that. Yeah. And so then they're trying to get him and Darcy trying to get back to the house, and something keeps preventing them from getting there. Like it was always a roadblock. Like
it was always a roadblock. And now that we're looking back upon it, because at the moment we was watching it, we was like, we thought it was Wanda.
Yeah.
But it was.
I thought it was Wanda being mad at him and like trying to make him not come. But
this
now,
episode, we finally know the true villain. And go ahead and sing it, Jazz, because I can't hit those notes.
What?
The little intro for Who.
It was Agatha all along.
It was Agatha all along.
Well, we knew that though. I knew she was a witch, man. I knew she was a witch, and it was just so wild, like how they did it. Okay, so like basically, like the kids went missing. Like the kids went missing when Agatha took them, and Agnes, whatever her name is, but.
Agnes Harkness.
Yeah,
Agatha Harkness. I'm saying Agnes Harkness. Agatha Harkness took them away because she was kind of like depressed, and they had this little commercial called Nexus, and it was like, want to change your reality or don't? And I was like, oh, so Wanda is like a Nexus beam who has the power to change reality. And so at the moment, she even like knew that Agnes was gonna come over there, and she was like, yeah, go ahead, take the kids, because you know Vision is, you know,
it's gone.
Is not around right now, and she's depressed, and she didn't want to wake up. And then it was like the interviewer that was interviewing Wanda was like, oh, you think it might be your fault? So Agnes,
I remember that part. It was like, you think you deserve this?
And that was
and she was like, you're not supposed to talk,
right? And
then they was just sitting there just quiet, and I was just like, oh no.
So I was like, she's very depressed, and they got the little Nexus pill for depression, and I was like, and I'm like, these commercials have been typically geared towards women, and that commercial, I was like, I can't believe they did a parody commercial of that. Feeling depressed? Yeah. Go ahead and take your Nexus pill. I'm like, wow.
And the thing with that, okay, so like before we even talk about Nexus, because I have a theory on that too, that Nexus pill. So like when Wanda got up, she was trying to look for the kids and stuff, so she went to Agnes's house, and then she saw that the kids weren't there after a while, and she was just like, where are the kids, Agnes? And then she was like, oh, they're probably playing in a basement or whatever. So then she goes down to the basement, and then there's like a section where it's like not looking like a regular basement. And
it had vines,
had like purple vines on the walls.
Then we saw like a Baphomet,
like we saw like a demon like with horns statue in there.
And then remember there was like these, if you guys look closely, there's these little hexes, and they have like little insignias inside of it. And it was like, what is that?
And I was like, oh no. And I was thinking she probably ate these.
Then they have the most hype part of the episode with her little, it was Agatha. Oh, like it was like her, it was showing you all the stuff that she was doing. She was doing something to Herbert, or the neighbor, remember?
Yep, she made Herbert do that weird thing. And then
and the scene was her like flying down like Mary Poppins, and like in her witch clothing, and then her transforming into the 50s clothing.
All the other 80s.
And she had like a plant with her. Yeah. It was like, okay, we had that scene. We had and then the
she
dog.
Brought the brother.
Yeah, she brought the brother. Yep. So we gotta figure out what she did. Is like, because you had a theory about Senior Scratchy, because I think Wiccan was like, I can't hear your thoughts, it's quiet. Yeah. And it was like so you go ahead and say your theory.
Yeah, because Wiccan, because you know he has powers like Wanda, and so he was trying to like read like, I guess like her soul or whatever like that, and then he was like I could read everybody, but I can't read you. He was like, you're like empty inside. Yeah, and I was like, that's because she's a witch. I was like, that's because she's a witch. She gonna eat y'all. And then what else? She was like, when she finally revealed to Wanda, she was like, oh, did you think you was the only like one with magic around here? And I was like, oh my god. Bye. And then when she killed the dog, I was like, I knew she
said, I killed Sparky too. Yes.
I was like, oh wow. And then the scene that made me laugh was when she was in the car as a Halloween episode.
Oh, when Vision was talking to her.
Away, and then she was just like acting like oh whatever.
Yeah, and we had a feeling. We said that she acted. She like we really feel like she was acting.
Like you think that she's acting.
Yeah. So I was like, it is confirmed. She was like really acting like you're an Avenger.
Yeah, like your dad.
Right. And I'm like, oh wow, because we was wondering what she was doing at the end.
And then acting like she was affected by like Vision's like touch and everything.
It was a little too over exaggerated for me. I was like, that seems kind of. But then before that, we had we still have Hayward out there, and then we still have Monica out there. And so she had.
I forgot all about that.
I don't think that was the aerospace engineer.
It might have.
You think it is? I don't think it is
because I feel like that was because when she said that she was trying to meet with a friend to help them, and then when they finally got there, she's like, "Oh, we're here," and I'm like, "Oh, we about to see Reed Richards." No, and then we just see like somebody
a lieutenant major or something like that.
Yeah, and then she gave him like the rover,
which is a space rover
and the astronaut outfit and everything like that. So I was just like, oh well.
And so they try to go through, and she was like, it should be safe, but I think because of that red barrier now.
Yeah, the red barrier.
It is not letting anybody in. It isn't. Because it got halfway through, huh? What happened?
Yeah, I was say it did go halfway through, and when it did, like it was like half of it was like a truck.
Yeah, like a different truck, not a rover. Yeah, like an old timey yellow pick me up truck, half rover, half pick me up truck, kicked out of the hex. And then we was like, oh wow. And then that's when she just hopped out and then started pushing herself through. Yeah. And then we started seeing these different versions of her coming through. Then we started hearing the,
voices of different people.
Yeah, voices of different people, even her. Yeah. From like Captain Marvel. And so I definitely think we're gonna she's definitely gonna be a Captain Marvel too. And now you see her eyes going like a spectrum. Yeah, or Photon. Her mom was named Photon, so I don't know if she's gonna name herself Photon after her mom, or she's gonna be called Spectrum. But yeah, she was seeing energy, and she got her powers, and she had that heart-to-heart with Wanda, and that's when Agnes, tried to intervene, and the whole neighborhood would stand still because they looked like they was about to fight.
Well, she was, because Wanda lifted her up and everything and was like basically trying to be like, get away. Like, I told you to get away and stuff. And then she fell down, and then she fell down like a superhero.
Right, superhero stance.
Superhero stance. Like, no, you're not going to do that to me.
Right, not this time. Yeah. And it felt like she almost got through to her, but then that's when Agnes intervened, and that's when.
And ruined it.
Went to the house, and we saw that fly or cicada or something.
That was bigger than a fly.
I thought it was a fly, and everybody was like, oh yeah, that might be Mephisto, because they said that in the wiki, if you look up Mephisto, that
he appeared as
a fly at first, and then evolved into this being, and then tricking humans into what they think is hell based off of the what we thought is hell, but it really isn't, and it's like the side dimension or whatever. So I don't know if that. I think it is a cicada. It might be a fly, and that might be Mephisto right there. Because why would they even show it? I don't know if they were showing it to say oh yeah. We about
maybe as a reference to the comics.
Yeah, then you see your Scratch, who you think is
Nicholas Scratch,
which is her son.
So I think that rabbit is her son, like that she turned into a rabbit, you know, and that's why she's always taking care of it and trying to see where he is and stuff like that.
And we still don't know who Ralph is. Even this episode, she talked about Ralph. So we still don't know who Ralph is, and I think we all know that Ralph has to be the man that, or entity, or woman, whatever entity that Jimmy Woo is looking for. And then I think Ralph is who we was looking for.
And I think that with the Nexus commercial, I feel like that was Agnes as well, to make Wanda take it.
Yeah, because she took it.
Pill. That's what I think, because when she saw the thing, oh, are you depressed, whatever, take this Nexus pill. And that's like what was it, like a bridge? Nexus is like a bridge to like a alternate
realities, I guess,
dimension, whatever power, yeah. So I feel like she showed that to her, okay, you're feeling depressed, go ahead and take this Nexus pill to make you feel better or whatever, like that. And then you see Wanda taking the pill after the commercial was showed. And so now that she's taking control of Wanda, I think now she's going to use that, since she took the pill, to make Ralph or Mephisto come to that world, come to real world, to use her as a bridge.
Because it looked like she kind of took control over Wanda.
Oh, she did.
At the end of the episode, right? And then Monica's like, something ain't right. She goes to Agnes.
There's a cutscene.
Yeah, there's a post-credit cutscene. Because I remember the first few episodes, we was like, are they gonna give us like a
cutscene like Marvel usually does,
or like on the next episode of WandaVision, like something to show us or preview the next one. So you luckily fast forward through it.
Yeah, I just did it out of habit.
And we saw a post-credit scene, and the post-credit scene had Pietro, like he's Spectrum. I'm gonna just call her Spectrum because I feel like that's gonna be her name.
I'm about to say Monica.
Yeah, Monica opening the doors, and then that was Agnes's basement, and then that's when Pietro came and was like, "Snooper's gonna snoop."
Yep.
And
then it cut off. I was like, well, I was happy that we got a post-credit scene, right?
Because them credits be long. Marvel, listen.
I know.
Disney, listen. Those post-credit scenes are too long. Like 7 minutes. I'm like, it's not even a show anymore. Yeah. Because you got the minute, you got the long Marvel Studios, you know, like you know what it is. That's like a minute long. And you got the preview. Then you gotta get the episode.
Like 10 minutes of non-show.
Right. I'm like, and I don't even know where we heard the rumor for that. The last 3 episodes are gonna be an hour long.
It's not on Twitter. So
somewhere, yeah, you know how Twitter, we was a little upset about that. We was like, we need these episodes to be longer. Yeah. And so the next episode I heard is gonna be the longest one, which is 47 minutes. But you know, you gotta put 7 minutes of credit, so it's more like 40 minutes.
Right. Whatever.
So, but yeah, I'm excited for the next episode. We finally know that Agnes. Agatha Harkness is the witch, and she has been pulling all the strings, messing up everything, even at the talent show.
Yeah, she was
I'm pretty sure she was telling the people for the children to make Wanda
to make her have children. Everything
so it's like finally we're getting the answers that we deserve, and I'm ready to see what these last 2 episodes have in store.
I am too.
It's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
And what do you predict is gonna happen?
We need to figure out what happened to the kids. I feel like they might have been eaten.
Woo!
I feel like they might have been eaten. I don't know.
Oh boy, that's gonna set her off, man.
Yeah. Or this might be the episode where, like, you know, Vision finally gets to Wanda and somehow, like, maybe, like, does that little thing.
You think to her?
Up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, to see how she got there.
To get her out of Agatha controlling her, maybe. And then, right then, that's when
Agatha.
they fight. Yeah, because we saw that in the trailer, like previews, that like they fought. They eventually they fight together.
Yeah, they fight.
So
together.
I'm like, I think they're gonna fight together against Agatha,
and then we still have to deal with Hayward, because I think Hayward is going nuclear option. He's pressing that nuke button for sure. For sure. Like after antagonizing this woman and making her even more mad. And making the hex bigger because of what you know, and Agnes, low key adding on to that, and we figured out that Hayward, you know, wants to use Vision as a weapon. He wants Vision as a weapon. Exactly. He was like, you know, sentient world observation. No, sentient weapons. Yeah, we're not with nuclear option. He's just going crazy, and we still think he's definitely one of the bad guys. So we got bad guy inside the hex, and guy outside the hex. Yeah, and it's gonna go down. They're gonna be fighting, and I think Spectrum, aka Monica Rambeau, is gonna be trying like the mediator, the pacifier that's gonna try to like stop on both ends. Because I feel like at this point Wanda's essentially a Avenger level threat. Like if she expands that hex again, and like
it'll be bad.
It will be bad. It will be like, you know, and those basically the people won't have like consciousness of themselves either, so they'll just be trapped mindlessly
in the realm that she made. Basically.
So it's gonna be, and the Nexus thing. You was gonna say something about the Nexus.
No, I already said it.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. But yeah, that was our review. You guys know anything we missed in there? And
there's a
lot of Easter eggs in there that we probably missed. But yeah, anyway, guys, comment below. Let us know what you think.
Don't forget to like,
subscribe, and share. More. Deuces.